Alright, it's me, JaackMaate. Now, I hope you all had a fantastic start to the new year and a lovely, relaxing, festive period. I spent most of Christmas kind of horizontal, offering very little, not moving much, stuffing my face with all kinds of rank stuff. Much like how Belle Delphine spent her Christmas in a way. 1-0, chalk it up. Now, it's no secret that 2020 was arguably the shittest year on record. So I thought today we'll finally put a lid on that terrible year as I look back at what happened in 2020, specifically on YouTube, and I'll dissect it for you. This is JaackMaate's YouTube Roast 2020. I should just quickly say right off the bat that I will be making a lot of jokes about as many YouTubers as I can physically cram in, Belle, so don't take any of this personally. A lot of the people that I might mention in this video are probably my mates. Don't get offended on their behalf. And if you do get offended, just try and remember that they are millionaire YouTubers. They make millions sat at home doing tier lists and shit while you work your ass off doing a 9 to 5. Don't worry about them, they're fine. If I can't take the piss out of them, then who can I take the piss off? Game's gone, game's gone. 2020 actually began quite well as Mr. Beast and Mark Rober teamed up to create Team Trees, a charity that raised $22 million to help plant 22 million trees, and in turn give Logan Paul 22 million ideas for his next vlog. It's 2018 stuff I'm working with. 2018. I've got dead body, advent calendar and morgues written down. That's what I'm dealing with. That's what I'm dealing with. This doesn't even fit. I've put on a lot of weight. I'm depressed. Also in January, despite the hopes and dreams of the UK YouTube community, Jake Paul dropped Anis and Gibb in under 3 minutes, which was arguably the most embarrassing 3-minute drop by a YouTuber until James Marriott released his new song. Remember, these are just jokes. I've not even listened to it. Amongst all of the doom and gloom, 2020 was a year for embracing who we truly are, as Philip Schofield came out as gay, Nikki Tutorials came out as trans, and Shane Dawson came on his cat. Allegedly. February now, and a bunch of A-list celebrities each sang a line of John Lennon's Imagine in the aim of bringing everybody together. And to be fair, it did. Everybody came together and said it was shit. Gotta stop laughing at me in jokes. Not a lot of people know this, but there was actually due to be a YouTuber version of that same video. But unfortunately, it had to be scrapped as Rotashaw refused to share any of the lines. Jokes. I've got more. Although Harry has admitted that he can't sing, he did say that he can hit notes, as long as they're tightly rolled up. The Cringe Hollywood video received backlash for not only being incredibly out of touch, but also terribly off-key. Again, Harry admitted that he too is often off-key, but also has a preference for coffee tables, pub toilets and any flat surface. Well, for kit, like, don't worry about it.
Imagine there's no heaven.
A bunch of cringe celebrities coming together to make embarrassing online video content. At least now we know the inspiration behind the E-boys. February finished with Logan Paul announcing that he was dropping his YouTube boxing trainer Shannon Briggs after his 2019 loss to KSI. However, Shannon Briggs wouldn't prove to be the shittest trainer dropped by a YouTuber in 2020, as later in the year Calix released these. March now, and the country ground to a halt as Boris Johnson addressed the nation, sending us into a national lockdown.
Stay at home, protect our NHS, and save lives.
Millions of people across the country tuned in to watch the scruffy-haired twat with a silly voice try and rally a nation. Fuck off, Joe Wicks, we don't want to do a fucking burpee. Joe Wicks originally gained internet notoriety with his Instagram cooking series Lean In 15. Not to be confused with a certain Mr. Ingham, who's allegedly keen for 15. YouTube's cringiest sack of protein, Jake Paul, tweeted Zayn Malik from One Direction, saying, almost had to clap Zayn from One Direction. Finally, someone showing some fucking gratitude to Zayn Malik for his brilliant fundraising efforts for the NHS. What a lovely gesture by Mr. Paul. He's alright, that Jake, isn't he? Also in March, Shane Dawson again had to deny sexually abusing his cat Muffins after this clip emerged.
Alright you guys, I'm gonna go, Muffins is already asleep over there, so I'm gonna go join her. And we're gonna have a wild cat sex night. Are you ready, Muffins? Oh.
Now, if you don't think that was weird enough, here's a clip of Shane again talking about Muffins a few years later on his podcast.
The things I've done to my poor animals, they will never love me. I've done terrible things. I used to...
Oh no, I don't know if you want to go there, Shane.
One time, I laid my cat down on her back.
Are you going to get arrested for this? Go ahead.
I didn't penetrate. I laid the cat down on her back and then I moved her little chicken legs, like, you know, spread open or whatever. And I was like, if I just like hump, but like on her tummy, like that's not weird, like whatever. And then I humped it, and it kept going, and I came all over the cat.
No, you did
It
not.
was like my first sexual experience.
Wait a second. Did you just say you came on a cat?
I never did anything crazy like that.
Maybe that's why.
I don't know about you, but it sounds to me that Shane is the first gay man in history to be completely obsessed with pussy. I'm sorry. I said, didn't I? Fuck off to Stephen Trice. In April, Captain Tom, a 99-year-old former soldier from the UK, raised millions for the NHS after completing 100 laps of his garden. And YouTubers everywhere tweeted their support for Captain Tom. KSI said, Captain Tom is a G. PewDiePie said, I love you, Captain Tom. And Keemstar said, 100 laps is pathetic. I could do at least double that when I was his age. I have got to say, for legal reasons, I made those tweets up. None of those YouTubers did tweet that. In fact, not a lot of YouTubers did tweet their support for Mr. Tom. And then Captain Tom. Mr. Tom. He's not a fucking cat. Jesus. Also in April, Joe Sugg did the YouTube world proud as he appeared on the Great British Bake Off. However, Joe shocked audiences when he fainted just 3 minutes into the show. Nope, he hadn't just heard the price of his sister's 2017 advent calendar, he actually cut his finger. See, I told you, didn't I? Old shit. To be fair to Joe Sugg, it must have been quite embarrassing. The little pricks made him faint in under 3 minutes in front of millions. Someone watched the Anderson Gibb fight. However, despite Joe Sugg messing up his first bake, he recovered quite quickly. He actually went on to win the entire show, being crowned Master Baker. I can only imagine the inspiration that Joe Sugg gave to YouTubers across the world. In particular Shane Dawson, proving that even if you do fuck your muffins early on, you can still go on to achieve success. You weren't even baking muffins, just... May now, and 25-year-old YouTuber Vicstar continued to make Minecraft content. In June, YouTuber lost its marbles as Jenna Marbles quit, and it also closed a few of its doors as Shane Dawson quit. Just puns now, just puns, that's all I got really. Shane Dawson quit for a whole array of things, but one of the reasons was that a video resurfaced showing him pretend to masturbate in front of a poster of Willow Smith, who at the time was just 11 years old. I can only assume that Shane Dawson misheard Joe Sugg's earlier quote saying that every YouTuber should become a master baker. Sorry, I heard Master Baker earlier, and there's no way I was just going to let that slide, was it? Again, fuck off to Steve. In a shit year for most, Lawrence McKenna had some amazing news as he became a father to a beautiful baby boy. On the podcast, Lawrence said, becoming a dad has really changed me. And to be fair, it has. It's clear to see he's no longer a posh, stuck-up, middle-class, arrogant twat. Now he's a posh, stuck-up, middle-class, arrogant father. Sorry, Lawrence. I'm sorry. I've got one more later on and that'll be it. In July, James Charles made headlines as he took part in the mugshot trend in which influencers put on makeup to give themselves black eyes and bloody noses and shit. I did try to find the mugshot on his Instagram to show you guys in this video, but turns out there's thousands of shots of that mug. It's not even a joke. That's not even a joke. At the end of July, a world record was broken by a Canadian vlogger who managed to eat $2,000 worth of Subway footlong sandwiches in one sitting. Sadly, the record only stood for about 2 weeks, as come August, YouTuber Deji bought 50,000 subs to help him get to 10 million. Allegedly. Don't want a lawsuit. In August, Jake Paul's LA mansion was reportedly raided by the FBI for allegedly harbouring firearms. Footage emerged of the FBI removing loads of massive weapons from the property, and once they took Jake and his mates out, they could start looking for the firearms. I've given up by this. But that wasn't the only footage that emerged on Twitter in August, was it? No. Footage of True Geordie at the Wembley Cup emerged. In the footage we see Brian bowl in to defend his good friend Stephen Trice over internet's funniest comedian, Man Like Hacks. Man Like Hacks genuinely looked truly terrified in the video. Great work from Brian, and weirdly, the second time he's trended for making someone shit themselves. September now, and Pokemon cards broke the internet. Logan Paul reportedly bought a $1 million Illustrator card that later turned out to be a worthless fake. In anger, Logan Paul punched his back door, smashing the glass and slicing his arm open, only for the door to eventually go on to win by a split majority decision. In the same month, YouTube King, KSI, said that he thinks he could knock out boxing legend Mike Tyson. That's not a joke, that actually happened.
Don't say you can beat Mike Tyson, do not.
I actually could though, I actually could.
You're waffling. You are a big Mike Tyson. You are delusional.
No one has beaten
The
me!
internet went crazy in September as we saw the launch of the Wave House on TikTok. And when I say went crazy, I mean a couple of people went, what the fuck's this? Before eventually not giving a shit. We're in October now, and it soon becomes clear that I stopped writing jokes by about October. Well, I'll still do them, obviously, but you will see just how shit they are. In October, football freestyler and ex-Arsenal legend Jeremy Lynch announced he'd become Cartoon Network's anti-bullying ambassador. When asked why he took the role, he reportedly said, because aunties are the only thing I haven't bullied yet. It's either that or dead bodies, advent calendars and morgues. Take your pick. Take your fucking pick. At the end of October, Carol Freezy announced he was starting the Fellas podcast with Chip. You know, Chip. Cal Freezy reportedly said, I've wanted to do a podcast for years and knew it'd only work if I did it with one of my best mates. But unfortunately, JJ, Simon, Ethan, Vic, Josh, Harry, Toby, Lux, Theo, Stephen, Will, Talia, Alhan, Gib, Chris MD and Els weren't keen. Also in October, Ethan Payne showed us how to be Bazinga, which turned out just to be by losing a lot of weight, getting in shape and posting 35 fucking Instagram stories about your new trim every week. I love Ethan. He's truly shown YouTubers that no matter how bad it gets, they can turn their life around. I'd encourage Shane Dawson to turn his life around, but he'd probably just flip it over and come on its belly. November now, and YouTuber Calyx had to self-isolate for 14 days after a COVID scare. He claimed he didn't have a cough, but he was experiencing a major lack of taste, which was confirmed 2 weeks later when he went on to reveal the second design of his new tray. I like him. TikTok star Charlie D'Amelio lost 1 million followers in an hour after apparently complaining that she only achieved 95 million followers and not 100 million followers. Who gives a fuck? Charlie's sister Dixie also received backlash after footage showed her spitting out some snail paella that her personal chef had made her family and James Charles. The paella is only the third most disgusting thing Dixie spat out in 2020, coming in just behind her pop singles Happy Days and One Whole Day. Dixie allegedly complained it was horrible, it was all slimy, it smelt funny and I didn't want it anywhere near me. Which, if you ask me, is an absolutely fucking horrible thing to say, considering James Charles had driven 100 miles to be at the dinner. Again, I don't give a fuck about any of this. December now, thank fucking YouTube's favourite fast food reviewer Blue Van Man stayed true to form as he reviewed McDonald's new Katsu Chicken McNuggets. I won't lie, when I first heard the word Katsu, I thought that Shane Dawson's pets had finally lawyered up. True Geordie released a brilliant first short film, didn't he? It was called The Showdown, and Lawrence McKenna starred in it, playing a middle-class, arrogant twat with an ego. The same character he's been playing on the podcast for years. Sorry, Lawrence, I said there was another one, didn't I? It's the same joke, really. Also in December, the Sidemen hit 10 million subscribers. Or 10,000,001 if you include that one Harry hit outside that cocktail bar in Guernsey.
Harry.
On Christmas Day, Belle Delphine released her first porn onto her OnlyFans. However, this wasn't the first time that a small pussy has been fucked by a YouTuber. Meow. It's Dawson again. How many's that? That's got to be about 10 Shane Dawson jokes now, innit? Fucking hell, one more and he'll wank over it. There we go, that's 11, cheers. And to finish the year, we saw Jake Paul fucking up Nate Robinson so hard in the ring that I'm Alex almost wrongly accused him of rape. There we go, that's a wrap, that'll do. That's JaackMaate's YouTube Roast 2020. Again, these were just jokes. I do genuinely hope I didn't offend any of you with any of those. However, if I did, please do let me know. Write the joke that offended you down in the comments below, because nothing gives me a bigger dopamine rush than knowing that I've made a child cry. Hit the thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and if you want to see a rank bank very soon, thumbs up and comments and all of that good stuff helps these videos get into the algorithm, which means more views, so I wouldn't mind it. Thank you very much. However, if you didn't like the video, give it one of them. I'm not arsed. I've been JaackMaate. I'll see you again very, very soon. Stay safe, wear your mask, and I love fucking muffins. I mean, I fucking love muffins.
You've been plugging your merch too much. Beans and burgers. You've been plugging your merch too much. Beans and burgers.